Hi, and welcome back to Influence, a show all about the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences. I'm your host, Lacey Gordon. Today, we have a very special guest, the Dean of the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences, Dr. Scott Willard. How are you doing today?
Good, Lacey. Thanks for having me today.
Good. Well, we're glad you're here.
Good. Look forward to it.
I know that you have quite the background of how you got to this position. So if you don't mind, tell us a little bit about where you're from and how you got in this great role.
Well, I appreciate that. So I actually hit my 25th year here at Mississippi State University this year. So I started here as a faculty member in the Department of Animal and Dairy Science in 1999, seems like many moons ago, and worked through research and teaching and then became a department head for biochemistry and some work with entomology and plant pathology, a little time as associate dean. And now I've been in this role for 2 years, and I greatly appreciate everything I get to do on behalf of the college and sort of being the leader of the unit, I guess, of our faculty and helping to make our students successful and give back to our stakeholders and the good research and outreach efforts we have as well. So I've enjoyed the 25 years here and look for many more.
Yeah. Well, I just know in the 2 years that you've been here, the morale is high with everybody. We're all really excited for all the great things you have going on, and just want to tell you, great job for everything you're doing. The college is moving in an awesome direction, and I'm super excited to be a part of it.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. We have a great team, and it does take a team.
Right.
No one can do it by themselves, and that team extends obviously to our faculty and down to our staff that really make everything hum. And as I said, we're here because of the students,
right.
and we're here to provide a quality education, and we're here also for our stakeholders and to answer those questions that they need. And it truly takes a village, as
right.
they say, a
right.
team, in order to do it. And so I'm fortunate to have a really great place to work, especially under the leadership of Dr. Keenum and Dr. Coble as the Vice President of the Division of Ag, and Dr. Shaw, our Provost. We have a great team upstairs who helps to support our deans. And so again, I feel very fortunate to lead the College of Ag and Life
right.
Sciences at this time in our history.
Yeah. Well, I know that the college is doing great right now. There's so many great things going on. So tell us about a few of the exciting things going on in the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences right now.
Yeah, I guess the first thing, if someone came to campus, you would see a lot of construction
right.
going on, and that's all across campus that's happening. But in the College of Ag and Life Sciences, we have some very special projects that you would see. First is the renovation to Ballou Hall, which was the former abattoir, the facility where we harvested livestock for many years. And that facility will now be the administration building for the College of Ag and the Mississippi Ag and Forestry Experiment Station. Our recruiter suite will be in there. We will have classrooms in there in addition to our administrative buildings, our rooms, our teaching lab. And so we're really excited to hopefully move into that
right.
in the coming months. So that's one project. And a lot of people remember the iconic classroom of
right.
Ballou Hall in that building. And so there are a lot of historical appointments in that building that people will recognize. And if you're driving down Hale State Boulevard, you'll see our new livestock evaluation and assessment laboratory that is going up currently. And so that construction is underway, and hopefully also will be done sometime here in the near future. And we look forward to that, adding value to our judging team that competes nationally, to our classes on livestock evaluation and having those types of facilities. And then the list goes on and on. We're going to be doing some renovations to our sales store where we sell the famous Mississippi State cheese.
The best.
The best. Bead and Baugh, another small building between Herzer Food Science and Ballou Hall, is going to be converted to our culinology classrooms. And so a lot of changes that are happening there. And then, of course, the biggest one that someone recognized is we've emptied Dorman Hall.
Right.
And almost everybody had classes in Dorman Hall if you're in the
course.
College of Ag and Life Sciences since the 1960s. And so we had to completely move everybody out and scatter them about the college and across campus. And while that creates some disruption, we're looking forward to a rebirth of Dorman Hall,
right.
Hopefully 2 or 3 years from now as we complete that renovation. So those are just some of the exciting things, at least in the standpoint of doing renovations. We have some great programming that is continuing to come online. In our degree programs, both at the graduate and undergraduate level, a new Master of Ag non-thesis program which has a distance component that anybody could then access some of our quality education there. And then we also have some departmental name changes that are happening.
Right.
If you want me to share a little bit about
Please
that.
do.
So biochemistry will be combining with nutrition and health promotion. So the Department of Biochemistry, Nutrition and Health Promotion create a very significant health science component. We talk about, feed, clothe, and care is what we do in the College of Ag, and so that's a big component of that. And then Ag Science and Plant Protection will be another department that will be sort of coming together with our Ag Science undergraduate degree program and our Plant Protection group. So that includes entomology, plant pathology, and other disciplines that are associated with plant protection.
Yeah.
And the newest name change that just got approved is the Department of Landscape, Architecture, and Environmental Design.
Oh,
and so we'll be
wonderful.
expanding some programming in landscape architecture to include environmental science and some components of that for our
Yeah.
students. So a lot happening.
Yeah, well, those are all great changes, and it kind of, like you said, encompasses what those different departments mean, just kind of in a better name, in my opinion, if that makes sense.
For sure, and it's some of it has to do with marketing to
Right.
students, so they understand, the degree programs they're coming to, and it's also to align some of our disciplines of research and outreach on
Right.
the behalf of our stakeholders, and bring those together in a little different way. So we're constantly trying to revision ourselves
Right.
and for the future, and,
Right.
and try to make sure that we're being progressive in that regard as a college. And so hopefully these changes will be good for everybody, and we look forward to
Right.
to seeing how they transpire in the future.
Yeah, well, and I also have to tell you, I got a sneak peek of Blue this
Yeah.
week, and it is looking awesome. The history in that building with the newly renovated, with all the new renovations, just, it looks awesome. And like you said, I'm so excited for everybody to see it in there.
Yeah, and we've left the things that are iconic, like I
Right.
said, the green tile.
Yes,
that
had to have it.
That's right, remembers in Ballou Hall. Now the very large classroom that has now disappeared as part of construction, but we left some of the skeleton of it.
Right.
So that people that come back, alumni, will remember
Right.
that large
Yeah.
classroom that was there. Some of the rail system where some of the carcasses would move down, we've left in some of the rooms and through the hallways. And so it's important for the College of Ag, and I think for history, just to keep those little nods to what the building was
Right.
and how it served the industry, and how well we've changed its function going forward, always remembering that past while we continue to be progressive and move into the future.
Yeah, well, I'm excited.
So, yeah,
I'm
we all are.
excited to get in the building and see it and show everybody it.
Yeah.
Changing gears on you a little bit.
Sure.
What are some things you would like to see of the College of Agriculture and Life Science, or a few things you would like to accomplish in your time here?
Yeah, so, in addition to the building projects that I mentioned, we've had for a long time discussions about a student farm. And while our students work on our farms and we have them integrated into a lot of our departments in terms of working opportunities and internship opportunities, this would be more of a place for students to go and really see the whole experience and really let them run it. And whether that's a greenhouse or
Right.
some smaller capacity that we have. And so we have some donations that have come in for some high tunnel greenhouses to start. We'll couple that hopefully with our florist, maybe doing cut flowers that we then sell as other products of research and teaching that we do. And so that'll be a new thing that I think we'll be looking forward
Yeah.
into the future, and we already have plans for
Right.
that are obviously underway. And so I think that'll be a notable accomplishment. We're continuing to find ways to support our faculty
Right.
through equipment and some of the renovations that we do in terms of trying to create better labs and better spaces. It speaks to retention of our faculty and recruiting the best and
Right.
brightest, which is what we want to put in our labs in our classroom. And so I think if there's a legacy, if I were to look back
Yeah.
many years from now,
Right.
hopefully,
Yes.
it will be that we put some resources where they needed to be, and made some decisions on behalf of the college that were for the benefit of the future students and the
Right.
future faculty that will come here and occupy these spaces.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
What are a few things that you wish more people, whether that be parents of prospective students or just the general population, knew about the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences and what we do here?
Yeah, so First, I would say some don't recognize the breadth of,
Right.
of disciplines that we cover.
Right.
You know, whether you're talking about fashion design, merchandising in our School of Human Sciences, you know, to landscape architecture and environmental design, you know, that I mentioned, to the traditional majors of plant and soil sciences and
Right.
poultry science and animal and dairy science. And so I think it surprises people sometimes when they come and say, well, I'm interested in business. And we say,
Right.
well, have you thought about agribusiness?
Right.
You know, and so of the, again, the breadth of degrees that we have, both at the graduate, undergraduate level. And so how we continue to recruit and get that message out so that, you know, people want to flock to the College of Ag
Right.
in order to be part of an industry
Yeah.
that is, again, helping to feed, clothe, and care the world. So that's, I guess that's one area that I would say is that I would want people to know of and sort of be
Right.
aware. And then, and really, you know, as they think about, you know, their dinner plate and what they put on every day, and think about how agriculture touches every single one of us every single day. And that we're working locally here in Mississippi, but a lot of what we do also expands globally.
Right.
And touches a lot of people that have need for these resources
Right.
that we all have needs
Right.
for. So.
That's my favorite thing about the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences, just the diverse grasp that we have. I mean, from, like you said, anything from fashion design to being a doctor to being in the field. I think that's something really, really unique that we have to offer.
Yeah, I
So-
think it's very special that
Right.
we're able to affect so many people's lives directly through the majors that we have and the research that we do.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. So to close this out,
Sure.
I'm going to ask you one fun question.
Okay.
Where is your favorite place on campus and why?
Well, I'll have to give you two.
Okay.
Only because it'll span the disciplines. One is the South Farm. I drive into work and home from work every day on Hale State Boulevard. And to drive past the South Farm and see the sun setting and rising every
Right.
day as I make my journey to
Yeah.
campus, you know, that touches my heart and reminds me every day why I do what I do. The other place is the North Farm, where we do most of our plant science research, and on the hill at A.B. McKay, where you can park there and stand
Right.
on that hill and look out on our crops in our plant soil science operation. And again, it's another reminder every day of the good work that our
Right.
faculty are doing on behalf of our stakeholders
Right.
and the type of resources we bring to bear so students can learn and give back in their careers. So the North
Yeah.
Farm and the South Farm are definitely my very favorite places to
Right.
go and
Yeah.
have a mental health break
Right, exactly.
to see what's going on
Exactly.
in those
Yeah.
locations.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us today, Dr. Willard. We're excited to be on board with you and see all the great things that come of this. So thanks for joining us today.
Great, thank you.
Thanks for watching Influence. We'll see you next time.